Oh, good morning, everybody, and welcome to TeamODZ Live. Let us get. I'm not guilty for that one. That one would be one of these two guys. There we go. Got them on screen finally. Morning, Gerrie. Morning, Rick.
Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Gerrie's found his sound effects.
Was it me?
Well, yeah, because it shows which one you're playing when you play it on Discord. And Rick keeps losing it, so it's a much better chance of it being you anyway.
Well, now that I'm shutting off my laptop every day, there.
That's what you should be doing. Just wish I could move this window around. So I went to the office yesterday.
Yeah.
Got absolutely nothing done. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. When you said you were working on the, or when you were looking at the Streamlabs stuff, I almost commented and said, maybe we should go to the office more often, Gerrie.
No, I was not working at it at the office. I thought if I get all the questions asked and people can respond, I can work on it last night.
Yeah.
Because I knew I had of time left. I had a bit of time, but not as much as I thought.
So I was working on the my repeater yesterday morning, and it has this thing in it called a circulator. And the circulator has 3 connections to it, and it does what it says on the tin. There's an input, and really it's 2 outputs, I guess. But so you connect the output of the transmitter to port 1, and it passes all of the RF from port 1 to port 2. So you put your antenna on port 2, and any reflected power comes back in, and it can't go to back to port 1, it goes to port 3. So if you put a dummy load on port 3, then it just sinks it all. And then if there is any reflected power from port 3, the dummy load, then it would make its way back to port 1. It goes around in a circle like that. It's like driving around a roundabout. It doesn't really go around it one way. Well, the amplifier is capable of 100 watts. The dummy load on port 3 isn't. So anyway, when I first got this amplifier, I thought, I want to have a look inside this box, see what makes the circulator tick. And as I took it apart, pieces fell out. One of the pieces is a magnet. So I'm wondering if I put the magnet in upside down, because as I was bringing the power of the amplifier up, I got it up to about 80 watts, and all of a sudden I started getting little puffs of smoke out of the amplifier.
Oh,
and that's no good. So,
no, smoke coming out is never good.
I thought, thankfully, all that got all the magic smoke came out of was the load in the circulator, which isn't going to be particularly easy to sort out, but it will be doable. So yeah, So I'm wondering if, because the magnet got put in upside down, the circulator operated in the opposite direction. So, I don't know.
Interesting.
I can figure it out. Just need to disconnect stuff in the amplifier to do that.
You can figure it. We know that.
Yeah, if I can disconnect
That's a bit of time.
if I can disconnect the output from the amplifier going into the circulator, I can feed my spectrum analyzer into that. See if it comes out of port 2 or out of port 3. Figure out which way around it's going.
The power in the port goes round and round. Round and round.
I'm really struggling to do 2 watts a kilo right now. I haven't even loaded my workout.
Actually, I started my workout. I was like, yeah, I was feeling tired. I finally got all right sleep yesterday, but I was still feeling tired. And then started out, my heart rate was just higher in the warm up. So I quit it. Like, nah, I shouldn't do this today. So I was like, I'll just join a pace group. Then I got on that, and I did maybe like a little over a mile, and I was like, no, I should just do the workout. Then tomorrow I'll do recovery. So then I went back to the workout, finished that.
Nice.
It was a good workout. This is the Carapaz, and it was a recovery under stress kind of workout. And yeah, I wasn't recovering as well as I would have liked to, but I was under stress, so that worked.
Yeah, I had a VO2 yesterday. 5 minutes on, 4 minutes off. And
Did hop on Discord yesterday while I was looking in the looking at the notification stuff. I was hoping to find you. I found Pat instead, so I stayed on and chatted with Pat.
Shane Miller jumped on
Oh yeah.
and was riding behind me.
Mhm.
Or he was testing, I don't know what. But he was just sitting on my wheel, going up. And I was going pretty fast up during the VO2 session.
Mhm.
And then it dropped to recovery. And he's like, when's this hill gonna end? I'm like, at this pace? Never. When I have to get into VO2 again. Pretty bad seeing a heavy guy go up a climb and realizing how slow that goes, especially in recovery. I was doing like 3 kilometers an hour. His avatar kept putting his foot down.
I saw yesterday that Owen did my VO2 workout that I did on the same one I did on Monday.
Oh yeah.
And so I commented in it about that one made my breathers get going. And then he was like, yeah, I mean, at 2 minutes, it was definitely a grin and bear it kind of situation. And then he said he'd like to see what 3 minutes would feel like. which I don't know. I'm also, my FTP right now I think is set high for where I'm at currently.
Oh yeah.
So maybe that's why, but at that point I was like, I think that would be less of grit your teeth and bear it and more of gnashing of the teeth, because that would just be outrageous. 3 minutes. No. 3 minutes
Yeah,
at 3:30 is a lot for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. That's all I was thinking doing the 2 minutes. Was like, oh, I'm so happy this is only 2 minutes. Especially towards the end of that. Started getting outrageous.
It really helps having the right FTP.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't want to do it either.
I have this problem. where
I've
I'm
got
like,
this
well,
awesome FTP.
It's all about they say to dress for the job you want, right?
Yeah,
So if you just set your FTP where you want it, should catch up immediately. Or I mean eventually.
the only people that want a low FTP are the sandbaggers and the racers.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
I'll have a low FTP.
FTP is only 200. What's that, Andy?
Me, I'll have a low FTP, please.
Yeah. Not on watts per
There is-
kilograms.
There is moments where I'm in the middle of a workout going, why is my FTP? Why do I keep it that high like that?
Yeah.
But it's also, I mean, it's still doable for me. It's just a matter of
Yeah, so
sometimes a zone 3 might feel a little more like a zone 4.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yep, I realized the advantage of having it set right. When mine was wrong, it was so hard. I could get through the workouts, but I'll be done by the end of the week.
Yeah.
And then I'll start skipping workouts.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Like, yeah, tomorrow I'm definitely have to try to get as much rest in as possible. Hope that fixes everything.
I was reading the news last night, and I read something about Bernard.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Bernard's got an infestation right now.
Oh. I didn't even know.
Yeah. I heard it on the grapevine.
I'm-
Well, on the palm vine.
I think I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah?
He didn't even mention anything.
Well, if you're really, really quiet when we go past, you might hear what he's infected with.
You just hear the quiet moans.
Yeah, if you listen now.
Hope it's not
here comes
infestation.
Here comes Bernard.
It's a cricket infestation. Okay.
I read your mind.
Well, you saw where my mouse pointer was for the last 3 minutes on the stream.
Oh no, I didn't see that. Not looking at
Oh,
the
yes,
stream.
you did.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I was
was
trying
like-
to do the panto thing. Oh, no, he didn't.
I was thinking it's gonna be the duck or the cricket. Which one? I'm like, if I'm gonna do the duck and you do the cricket, I'm just gonna mess it up. But if I do the cricket and it is the duck, you're not even gonna hear that. So
No, you can do the duck
The
next
safe
time round,
option.
and no, the ducks have moved in to eat all the crickets.
oh yeah.
Leonard and his buddies.
Leonard and his buddies.
Is that the action plan? Send
It's
the ducks in?
just a bit of fun. As we can.
As if we get around again. I can't tilt my saddle any more forward. But my hands is already getting numb. And it still feels like I need to tip it forward.
Let's speak to an
Yeah,
expert,
I'm
Gerrie, if I were you. And we just happen to
I
have
did a
one on the
couple-
stream here.
I did a couple small adjustments yesterday because whenever I ride by myself, I found sometimes music in a good workout helps, but I always end up having that moment where I'm like, something feels like I could just give it a tiny little adjustment.
I don't know what's going on.
That's the thing, because then it turns into who knows what after that. Because, I mean, obviously, if your hands are going numb, then you need the nose up more. But then,
Yeah.
But then
If you put the nose
you
up
already
more,
feel like the nose is
then your gentleman's bits will go numb and you won't be bothered about your hands being numb.
That's the problem. It's
Yeah.
because now I've got everything's numb. At least
Gerrie?
move it up.
Gerrie,
My hands are good.
you're a numpty.
I'm a numpty at this point. You are right.
I would have to say I do choose having to shake out my hands and stretch my neck after a long ride over having the boys number in pain. That's for sure.
I don't know. Online people suggest just get good shorts.
I have good
Seriously?
shorts, that's the thing.
I'd speak to Tom.
What do they say?
Tom's an expert on things down there, isn't he?
Yes, he has all sorts of salves and
Yeah.
toothpaste and all kinds of stuff you can.
I don't know if Gerrie knows this story.
apply.
You
Yeah.
know what Tom put on instead of chamois cream, Gerrie?
No?
Okay, so we're riding, I think it was Adivas, and Tom Best is there, and he said, I
before we
finally
get-
did it.
Before we
fine.
get too far, though,
Go on.
to his point, he does live he lived in California at the time, and so, or which he still does and pays taxes. We're supposed to say that. And so this is at like 3:30 in the morning. But yes, all right, continue on.
Time doesn't matter. I mean, we've got lights. So, yeah, he comes on, he says, I finally did it. So everyone kind of
There's a
wants to
rolling
know,
brownout.
what did he finally do? Well, it turns out that his chamois cream and his toothpaste are right next to each other in the bathroom cabinet.
No.
And he told everybody that he accidentally put toothpaste on instead of chamois cream.
Oh
so good.
my goodness.
That was
Yeah.
a fantastic day.
So I started researching and I realized, oh, I've got this really good book of Lance Armstrong. I'm going to read what he does. And then I realized he don't have that problem. So
Yeah, don't
With
read
the
his
book,
book about it. Unless if he comes up with a book of what not to do. So,
sorry, Lance. I love you.
In this book, I will be laying out all of the things I did throughout my cycling career with my saddle. This is it's a guide of what not to do.
You can put your saddle even pointed slightly upward.
Are you going to write an autobiography?
Yes, AI. An AI autobiography. That actually would be a real autobiography at that point.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm thinking I should.
Bonjour,
Hey,
Alexis.
Alexis. Bonjour. I should put my good books on one day on the trainer and ride with that and see how that works.
Yeah, maybe. I wear good shorts every day.
All right, so
and
Alexis
some
is
days are better than others.
he's saying, good day, my friends. in French, so I'm going to reply in Indonesian. I'm going to say selamat sore, abang, which means good afternoon, brother.
I could go back to French class, which I mean, I told you the story about my first day at French class.
Well, it's,
When
just
I
a
was
second,
back-
just a second. It's Gerrie's turn to say something to Alexis in Afrikaans
yeah.
now.
Oh, that's right.
Goedemiddag, my pal.
There we go.
That is good afternoon, my friend.
Okay.
Friend in a very loose term. Like in
I can do one in New England. I can
in
do
New
that.
England.
Could do. Wicked muggy day out there, bub. How about them socks? How about that?
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But anyway,
Wondering
so
why-
yeah,
Wondering why I chose
could
that
do-
segment now.
that's my second language is New England. The
That must be Maine. Because I'm in New
Yeah.
England and
oh yeah, no, Connecticut.
sorry, Bob.
Connecticut has almost like a mid to upstate New York accent, but yet it's its own accent. It's kind of interesting. Or like, you know, the true Connecticutians or whatever they're called, Connecticut's, Connecticut.
Connecticutans.
Yeah, that one. Connecticutans. I like that one. But
Connecticut.
But yeah. Because all the family I have down there, they have the very, very much the Connecticut accent. And at
Oh.
first I thought they were from upstate New York, kind of. And then I found out they were from Connecticut, and I was like, oh, okay. It's almost the same accent.
Yes, we're almost surrounded by upstate New York.
Yeah.
And we're really far
yeah.
from New York and Boston, so we don't really get that.
But yeah, Boston is almost like Maine and like that Eastern Massachusetts accent are similar.
So I've got to ask,
But you
Do
do
they all-
notice like tiny little nuances.
do they all talk like Gerrie in Connecticut?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Nope.
I mean, all Wisconsinites talk like me.
I do believe that Spanish is the second language in Connecticut, though. What I've noticed.
English is second.
No, Spanish is second.
Oh,
English
I
is
thought
first,
that's
Spanish.
definitely wrong. We have a new guy in the group, and my boss went so people can introduce themselves. And he started up north and started going down where people are and have them introduce themselves. And like, he's originally from blah blah blah, and he got to me when he got to Connecticut. I'm like, no, wait. We have to go down south, like a lot more south than you are now.
Yeah,
Like, oh yeah, it's that. Yep.
south of Hartford.
I'm a bit more south than Oxford, or south of Oxford. Not
Yeah.
now, but originally.
Yeah, Maine's second language would be French, I believe. There's a lot of Cajuns and stuff, or Cajun ancestry around here. More up north, but the Acadians, they're called, or they were originally called. But yeah, anyway, so of course I learned all of my French from French class, which, did I ever tell you guys about my first day at French class? When I was a freshman in high school, I got about halfway through and realized I was in Spanish. And then at that point, I didn't want to say anything. I was just kind of like, okay, this is definitely Spanish and I'm supposed to be in French. But the next day, I went to my French class. And then I felt way too far behind to catch up, so I never really learned much. The only one that ever stuck was counting to 10 and je suis fatigué. That was the only one because I was always tired.
Oh.
It was my first class of the day. And so she would repeat that every day.
You should have replied with, well, go to bed earlier then.
Yeah. She was on French time. I think that was her thing. Is that tower straight ahead of us? Is that the Cadbury Corporation's headquarters?
Which one? The one with the crisscross patterns on it? That would be the Gherkin.
Ah, okay.
And the one to the left up ahead is a Shard.
So that's not where the Cadbury headquarters is?
Cadbury's egg.
Yeah. I would imagine that'd be a great spot. No, I think we looked it up where they were located one day.
Yep.
I can't remember the name of the place. Ooh, Grace finds out which team she made it on tonight.
I hope you made it on Team England.
Oh yeah. She fancies herself the star of that team. And I guess she kind of is. She still has a way to go to prove herself though.
I don't know, Rick. I mean, I think potentially how many people could be watching you right now?
Oh yes. Upwards of 3. No.
You're right, there's
Wait,
4 people.
There's more people. Yep. I can see 2 of them watching me.
Thanks for that,
last
Gerrie.
night, actually, Grace was watching YouTube videos, and like some of those families that end up, making a lot of money off of YouTube. Apparently, one of them was on one of the teams that was in Florida. Like they have a whole bunch of kids, I guess, and almost all their kids are doing all-star cheer. That was kind of cool because I walked out. I was like, "Hey, I recognize that place," and kind of neat when you're watching something that's all produced like that, and you're like, I could see myself somewhere, maybe. Let's see. But apparently they're doing pretty well with the YouTube thing from a look at the house. they're doing well. All I know is Grace said they're really popular. Made me want to be back in Florida, really. It was a perfect day on those days. It was like mid to high 80s with a nice steady breeze. It wasn't too humid. I think the only time I ever felt hot was the one time I went and finally got a beer with my dad. And then all of a sudden Heidi sends me a message asking me if I could get her a lemonade. And I looked and the lemonade stand had a really long line and it was all in the sun. And I was like, oh, come on, really? I just want to sit in the shade and enjoy this beer with my dad. But I waited. And of course, every kid was not looking at the menu before they got up to order. So they would get up to order and just stare at the thing for what felt like 10 minutes, probably only a minute. But yeah, it took a while. By the time I was done with that, my beer was warm. And I brought the lemonade back and I said, I hope you're happy. My beer is warm now. And then she told me that it was good because I needed to hurry up and finish my beer because we needed to get in the arena because Grace was about to perform. And I'm like, what? Okay, let's go in there. Yeah, that first like 4 days or whatever that I was in Florida was constant, non-stop action, but I kind of liked it. It was fun. There wasn't like any of the moments I actually got to sit by the pool in those days were just the best moments. I was just happy to just sit there and vibrate for a little while before I had to get up and go again.
Yeah, we are awake.
Thanks, Rick.
This is nice. I like this active recovery workout. What if I just never set goals for myself and every day just do not even a blue zone, just a gray zone?
Yeah, mine's
I don't know.
grey with some flecks of blue. Although I'm going grey right now for a little bit.
Doing blue and green.
Gerrie's in the seaweed workout.
Yep.
I like the seafood workout. Where I see food and then I eat it.
Talking about seaweed, we were out on Sunday and we went into the, was it the World Market store?
Yeah.
And we decided we're going to go home and eat. But everybody was like, oh, we need to snack. Like, okay, just get something. sort of healthy at least. And they were walking around and found this seaweed sheets. And see, like, oh, the kids at school love these. Like,
Yeah, my two as well.
That's probably more
So what
healthy
are
than
they?
chips.
Oh,
It's
they
basically flattened seaweed
Okay,
in a
just
square.
Like crisp.
Looks like a post-it about. And
Okay.
Tina was like,
I was-
yes, a friend of hers talked about this, and apparently it's good. Like, okay, you convinced me, get some. Oh my goodness. What a horrible experience.
Yeah,
I
I haven't
was-
brought myself to try them, but my kids eat them.
I've had a
No,
few times just with like a ramen bowl or something where, you know, you get the strips of dehydrated seaweed that they throw in there and then they get softened up. And if I end up getting a bite that's just seaweed, there's a little tang to it.
I don't mind putting it in a salad, like a tuna salad.
Yeah.
That'll be good. But if you expect, because this was a wasabi flavor,
Oh,
which already sort of put
I
me
like
off,
wasabi.
but it was just
I'm pausing my my riding there, but I'll continue to stream and chat. I want to be able to finish the ebb.
oh yeah. What route are you doing today?
Champs-Élysées.
Oh,
I don't like that route for some reason. This will be
you
one
like
of
it or
those.
you don't like it?
I'm not a big fan.
It's too late
Oh.
for me to change it now.
But I know what Woo's gonna do. I know that Woo's gonna take off on the front. I'm gonna have to chase him, and I don't feel like I'm in any sort of mood or shape to be chasing Woo down. So I might
Oh.
just sit back with the pack and try to get like fourth or something. I don't know.
May the fourth be with you.
I'm just gonna try to cross the line. Like as you can see now, I'm only doing 160 watts. My heart rate's at 140. This is craziness.
So
I'm hoping one day
Okay.
fixes this.
about choices. Yesterday on the forum. Hey Nick, good morning. There was a
Hey up, lad, how's to doing?
guy that started a post. New Robo Pacer design, love or hate, vote. But there's not a vote up or a vote down option, it's just a vote option.
Yeah.
So people start responding like, we like it, we love it, whatever. And one guy says like, what do we vote? If we vote, does it mean we love it? Or mean we hate it? We need a poll. So I created a poll which said, I love Robo Pacers with a radio button. So it doesn't add anything, but everybody is smashing it. And someone said, see, look, everybody loves the Pacers, but there was no option to say I don't love it. And I'm looking at this poll, it's like, this poll is totally useless. But apparently people think, good, we've got our conclusion, yeah. I thought it was actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Nick?
Oh, that word is staying. It's not dating. Reread it and
Yeah.
put the word dating in there.
Dating with
Completely different.
me.
Oh,
Oh, nice, Nick. That's good.
I hope you went to Clanfire Quinger Go Get Could Up Francilia Go 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 and taught him how to say it.
We're not leaving until you learn how to say it. Oh wow, 3,500 in a month.
Nice.
I'm gonna go and get a banana. I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll be here.
Yeah, I hope to one day head over to the UK and spend some time there. That'd be great to
Yes.
have 2 months.
Oh
Enough
my
time
goodness.
to feel like you live there and then head back. I really feel like anywhere you visit, well, maybe not anywhere. Like Newark, I'm good with a quick, switching flights.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
I don't need to spend 2 months in Newark. But anywhere else, like
No.
usually it's good. 2 months would be great.
Yeah, but as long as it's not in a city.
Yeah.
Then I'll. Although there's places in Africa that I would probably not suggest doing.
Yeah, my friend that is doing all the traveling, she's been doing that 2 months at each place. Essentially, she's in Boulder, Colorado now, doing 2 months there, and then heading to Madison, Wisconsin, and spending 2 months there. Currently,
Oh.
2 months. That's the key. That's the time.
Yeah.
So if you went to the UK, Rick, it would be England does England.
Yes. I can see it now. I'm bad at documenting, so I'd have to bring someone to document with me, but that could be the name of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Mols just went to France and he went and rode a bunch of the cobbles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And then he showed me his route. I'm like, oh my goodness. You went to about 10 miles from where I really want to go, because that's where my ancestry, I can trace them back to the little town of Lille. Like, that is the place where I need to go. But he said that cobble ride was probably the worst thing he's done in his life.
I was gonna say, did he actually like the cobble ride?
No, he did. I think he did 110 miles.
Oh man.
Well,
I
Nick, you
did that
should know
one-
it always rains in the Lake
Oh,
District.
That one ride I did last year, the 130-mile one, I only spent, I think it was like 20 miles on this one main road that just had like the crack every 20 feet or so. And
Yeah.
that was enough. Just a dum 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 dum. By the end of that, I was like, okay, I need to get off this road. This is horrible. I could only imagine on cobbles.
Yeah, he said he had the next day, he had blisters on his hands and blisters on his feet
Oh wow.
from all the bumping.
Well, that means he's fit well then. If those were the places,
Yeah,
I'd be
I
concerned.
didn't
about,
ask him about the other contact area.
Yeah. He doesn't even want to talk about that.
It's a bit too personal.
There are no words to describe.
So I've got to ask Nick, if you went to Keswick, did you go to Amblesedy? So I had a friend telling me the last time I was over there that he was in Coniston. And while I was in Coniston, he had this American couple come up to him and ask him how to get to Amblesedy. He says, Amblesedy? Yeah, he said, Amblesedy. And in my friend's head, he managed to translate it to Ambleside. But he didn't say Ambleside. Oh, yeah, he said Ambleside. Yeah, you go that way. And so they probably got to Ambleside and started talking to the locals about Ambleside, and then they corrected him. That'd be the one, Nick.
Trying to remember that city outside of Milwaukee, to the west of Milwaukee, that I got the name wrong. And I was saying it for a while, and then finally was corrected. Every time I see it, I immediately think of the wrong way to pronounce it and then correct myself. All right, let's see. Waukesha. That's what I was calling it. Or I was calling it Waukesha. That's what I was calling it.
Kesha.
Waukesha.
Oh my goodness.
But it's Waukesha.
I think we've got an Odiva there.
Yeah,
I know we've got an Odiva down that neck of the woods.
Seems like a nice area.
Yeah, you want to
Also
tell him
the
about
plate.
the Fred, Nick? Fred Whitten challenge. That's got to be coming up, hasn't it? When is the Fred? Let's find out. It's on the 7th of May. Oh well. It's been and gone. 112 miles over 5 of the passes. I would love to do the Fred. Yeah, nice.
Ooh, I have 2 weeks tomorrow until my event.
Oh. What event's that? How long is that again?
George Hincapie one. It's 88 miles.
Are you sure you're pronouncing that right?
I'm not sure at all. No, never heard it actually be said. I actually probably should look that up before I get too far into it. You never know. I might all of a sudden look over and be like, "Hey, wait! I recognize that face."
I just opened Facebook on my phone, and there in Zwift Riders is someone saying the last update has to be the worst, one of the worst in Zwift history. Pat,
Nice.
Pat, the night trains commented. He said, "You must be new here."
Gonna take a wild guess. Was that William's post?
No, Craig Manning.
Not. Ah.
Well, see, the problem here is I wonder if
That's funny.
I guess the first thing I would say if I see George is I'll be like, "How do you pronounce your last name?"
Hincapie. That's how Lawrence pronounces it.
Hincapie. Okay, good. That's what I thought. Well, I mean, I'm saying it kind of fast, but I'm essentially saying Hincapie, happy.
But on the other hand,
Yeah.
that's Lance.
Oh wait a minute, you're
He
you're Richard
pro-
Engelland, aren't you?
England.
Anyway,
Rich England.
actually, it's one of the worst. Well, I don't know. It's one of the worst last names to have when you're like giving your name over the phone, especially with the way that I tend to talk. Sometimes it's they'll be like, I don't even know half the things they've put, but they never think it's England. But then all I have to do is just say, like the country, and then they go, oh, okay, all right. Sometimes it's INGLAN, all kinds of stuff like that.
You
Angle.
go try Gerrie. Like it's Gerrie, and they start J-E. I'm like, no, wait, it's G-E. Like, oh, okay, G-E-R-Y. I'm like, no, it's 2 R's. Okay, R-R-Y. No, it's I-E. Like, I should have just spelled it from the beginning.
I say Lawton and then spell it, and they still get Walton. I'm amazed how many dyslexic people work in stores.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I had a colleague, his name was Micah Bowen, and he would constantly be called Michael Brown, which
Yes,
doesn't
Nick, I
even
do get
look the same.
Lawson a lot.
And he get it so often that he would record. He's also obviously late always. So whenever he travels, he'll record the people calling Michael Brown. Michael Brown. And it's like, yeah, that's me.
Sounds like an author.
That was actually, there was a guy on the news they were looking for that was Michael Brown. That was funny in the office. My boss doesn't do real well with sarcasm. And since I was in the office, there was another colleague in the office as well that I've been working with sometime. He's like Dwight from the office, but anyway. And he comes in, the two of us, or the three of us were talking. But me and the colleague was so sarcastic the whole time that at one point my boss just looked at us like, I can't do this anymore. And he walked away. Because he didn't know what's real, what's not real, and what are we going on about?
Yeah, sarcasm in engineering doesn't go over well, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Some people just walk away.
Maybe better sometimes. But
Does he have pointy hair, Gerrie?
ooh,
Your boss?
no.
No? Okay.
Yeah. There's one guy
Like
that
Toby
you
from
never
The
take
Office. Same look. Sorry.
Yeah, I
There
was
was one guy,
wondering if he was at all looked like Dilbert's boss.
Toby from
There's
The
a guy.
Office.
This one guy that used to come in the brewery back when we first were open. He worked at one of the local breweries as a head brewer. And he'd come in to visit every so often. And so far, that's the only guy that could not take me. Eventually he would just shake his head and walk out. And then he'd come back again the next day. and it would just keep happening over and over again. And it almost got to the point where the more he did it, the worse I got. But I couldn't help it. There was something about his personality that I always wanted to mess with him. I didn't mean to make him leave, but he would just end up not being able to take much, and he would be out the door.
I had a friend like that back in the UK that I worked with, and he was a really good projects manager and a good friend.
Yeah.
But Wakey, he was called, and it's just his mannerisms and you know the way he said things that just invited you to be silly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've told this story before, but I wore shirts just to get a comment out of him, and halfway through the morning he hadn't said anything about it. He had zigzag lines all the way up and down it, and so I walked past him at one point that morning. He was at the vending machine just getting drinks for everybody, and I said, "Hey, Wakey," I said, "You haven't said anything about my shirt this morning. What gives?" Mr. Lawton, he said, "I've stopped talking about things like that with you because you always take what I say the wrong way. Anyway," he said, "it makes you look slim." I looked at him. I said, "What? You trying to say I'm fat?"
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He just shook his head and walked away.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, pretty soon this guy just became a joke in the brewery that Ricky just knows how to get under Ray's skin every time he comes in. Doesn't even necessarily try to, just somehow does it.
Oh my goodness.
He's an interesting guy though. He ended up losing that job because the owners would tell him to brew a certain beer and he would change the recipe and do all kinds of stuff like that. So finally I think he's like 10 jobs later now. He's found a place in southern Maine where that's his job, is to just make one-off beers. They sent him so far away from the production facility that he can't mess it up at all. He's in like some vacation town somewhere.
So we were talking about FTP earlier this morning. Trainer wrote to decided to do an FTP for me and move it up. So
nice.
Things are going to get a bit harder now.
It's an improvement though.
It is an improvement. Not up by a lot. Only 6 watts. But at least it shows something is improving.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this event's going to go. Like, I'd like to think that I'll be somewhere near the front. Like, either I'm going to be making my way up, probably not to the front because those guys are really fast up there, but you know, like more to the front than where I'm at. Or I'll just end up finding a group that I enjoy and just staying there. I don't know. We'll see.
That's ducks. They've moved in already.
Oh, nice.
The duck
There's
brigade.
no crickets left.
Yeah, the ducks have eaten all the crickets. Oh, there's a cricket.
There's one.
Yeah.
You missed one, Leonard. Nick asks this, if Trainer Rod's up to your cadence yet, Gerrie, or he's still about 65 RPM for a full sprint.
Hey.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Gerrie is all done.
Yeah, we're coming to a close here too. Perfect. 20 miles right there.
All right, well, hey.
30 TSS. That's what I'm looking for right there.
How many did I get? I got 30 TSS. How did you get 30 TSS and go further than me?
I was hardly doing any power. I just did like 150, 160 the whole way. Back and forth. Keep it exciting. Exciting it was.
All right, let's head to France.
Ah, fun.
I don't know if I've ever even won on this course, ever. Maybe once. And I feel like if I did, it was one of those pull it out at the last second type things.
Yeah, I remember when Pat used to do the coffee rides and or Kofifi rides, and I held on to the lead group until the last time around the Arc de Triomphe, and then I ended up in no man's land. I was sat between the lead pack and the chase pack. I'm thinking, well, there's no way I'm going to catch him up, so I might as well drop back to the chase pack, sit in, recover a bit, and then try my best to lead them out and finish ahead of anybody in that pack. That's exactly what I did. We came around that last corner, and I had a draft boost, so I went to the back of the pack and dropped the draft boost and just used that to launch myself out at the front of the group, and I beat them all. All right, Nick. Thank you very much for dropping in. If you don't make it into the chat on the ebb, then I'm going to say thank you very much for spending some time with us this morning, and I hope you have a good weekend. But it will be good to see you again.
We might be sending rain over your way soon once it leaves Maine.
No, it's just on loan to you from the UK, Rick.
Yes.
All right, I will.
7 days is enough. I think we're watered.
Yeah, send some here, please. All right, I will bring the stream down and get us ready for the Friday ebb. We'll be back in a little over 15 minutes. So bye for now.
Bye bye.
Bye now.